Hello everybody, Subiru Oz here. Thanks very much for tuning into my channel. Today I'm out road testing the Adventure King's action camera, which I've recently added to my current toolkit. As a complete newcomer to video creation and video editing, I wanted to see how this cheap little camera stacks up before eventually upgrading to something a little more expensive down the track. Today's one of those days where I didn't have anything planned. I just wanted to get outside for a while. We've had a lot of rain recently and I thought I'll fit this little camera up, poke my nose down some of the local dirt roads and tracks that I know around my local area. Tracks that quite easy to traverse and I think you can ride any vehicle through here during the dry, but once wet do become challenging in a few places. In some places they're a little bit rutted, there's some black soil slop that you've got to try and get through, and I thought, no, it's a good chance for the King's Adventure camera to show me what it's made of. And obviously this sort of thing is something that I do quite regularly with the Outback, certainly not terrain that's going to trouble it at all. But I thought, what a great opportunity to pop out, spend a few minutes outside for a while, test out this camera, and hopefully show you what it can do. So at the end of the video, I'll show you how the camera arrives, what sort of features it has, what's supplied with it. Feel free to leave any comments you may have in the comment section below, and let me know what you think.
So you've seen the camera in action on the vehicle in the earlier shots. So here I am as promised. We'll show you how it arrives. Like most things, it comes in a box. So when you open it up, inside you've got your camera, and it comes with a few different little bits and pieces. So you've got the USB phone charge cord. We've got the camera itself in a waterproof case. There are a couple of base plates and a couple of clips. I've already fitted the clips in this case, but the clips are separate. They simply slide and lock in, and there's some double-sided tape on the back to attach those to a surface, obviously, for wherever you're going to mount them. This one actually has a thread in the bottom of it, so this one can mount to a tripod, and the other one is already mounted to the vehicle, which I'll show you in a different video. So you get your base plates, and then you've got a series of little arms and gimbals. So you've got two each here, and how these go together is you'll unscrew these like so, and then they just locate in to the next piece, and you screw your gimbal back in to locate them together, and that'll then mount into a base down here. So as you can see, it goes together like that. Now, one thing I did find is that the more of these that you have with your camera mounted on the top, the more flex and the more wobble there is when the vehicle's in motion. So, and I don't quite know how to fix that. I think it's just, obviously the more arms you've got, the less support you've got here, so there is going to be a degree of play. What I've done with the one that's on the vehicle is I've simply mounted the camera to the base plate, and that allows me enough, and you've seen the video footage, it's not as shaky. So I think that's the way to go. But as I've said throughout this video series, I'm new to video creation and video editing, things like that. I'm new to this equipment. This is all new to me. So if there's something I'm missing or some tips or anything you'd like to leave, please feel free to leave these in the comments section below. Always looking for suggestions. So yeah, anyway, moving forward, pretty basic, pretty straightforward. It does need a micro SD card. This is not provided, so you will have to provide a micro SD card. You just want to check that the SD card you're using will work for HD compatible filming, so that you're getting 1080p and you're not, some of the cheaper SD cards out there aren't necessarily compatible with that. So you just do need to check that. So to open the case up, it's got a locking mechanism in here just to hold the case shut. So it's a finger latch mechanism up the top here. So you just hold the latch in with your finger. It's a little stiff, and it just unlatches and opens up, and that allows access to the camera itself. So it's a very basic camera. You've got an up and down option arrow or selection arrows on the side. You've got an action button on the top, which works as a shoot button if you're taking static photos. For video, it also activates and deactivates video footage. And obviously you've got your power button on the front. So to turn it on, you simply hold the power button in for a few seconds. That will activate the unit. And from there's a number of different settings and things that I'll go through with you very shortly, but they're very basic. And these settings will determine how your picture shows. There's a setting for picture quality, there's settings for sound, there's setting for whether it be an automatic setting for how the lighting is, or do you want to set the lighting for an overcast day, do you want to set the lighting for a sunny day, and there's another setting on there called tungsten, which from what I've read is more for underwater footage and things like that. I haven't actually played with that one yet, but we'll go through some of the features really quickly. Okay, so dim the lights a bit just so you can see the screen. So up here you've got, notice there's a little camera button, so that's telling me it's on take photos. So if you want to go, that's to work, it'll work like a dash cam. This will just keep on recording, and then it'll start recording over the footage that's on the SD card. That's generally the setting I use, because the other settings have a 5-minute maximum cycle time before the unit powers off. So you really do need to film in that, on that setting I should say. And with your options, so if you hit the down option key, it'll bring you to the resolution. The one I like to play with in this setting is the white balance. I turn date stamp off because Otherwise, you're going to have your videos with a date stamp down the bottom, which wasn't really my preference. So I turned that off. So just to go in, you just use the shoot button up the top, the select. And as you can see, you've got a choice of auto, daylight, cloudy, or tungsten. So as I mentioned, tungsten, from what I've read, I haven't tried it, but folks are saying it's best for when you're doing underwater footage and things like that. The auto function I found did seem to struggle with lighting. It's been very cloudy and overcast here lately, a lot of rain, as I mentioned at the start of the video that I took. So I've set it to cloudy and found that the picture quality did improve remarkably. So I think auto setting, it's probably the best way to go. So yeah, from there, we'll go back in now. And you can go into the sounds menu, so you can change sound. And you've got a few different options there. You can set your screensaver, you can set screen rotation, things like that. So as I said, it's a very basic unit, but there are some features there, and I'm still playing with them, obviously being a new unit, playing around with it. But so far, as I said, for the money you pay, it's a brilliant little unit. It's a great way to start out anyway, I think. And as I said, I'll be upgrading to better quality cameras as I get further and further into this channel. It's all new to me, but for now, it's a great little unit. To plug your USB charge cord in, obviously it just plugs in here, and that's your micro SD card. So with the charge cord, you don't need to remove the card. You don't need a card reader. Like a normal digital camera, you just plug your recharge cord in and you'll be able to access the videos from the camera and copy those to another folder or work with them however you choose, with a tablet or PC, however you're uploading your videos. To put it back into the waterproof case, so the case has buttons on it too, but you just line up your lens, obviously. It goes in there like so. And then this latches over the top. There's a little locate, it'll locate in along here. That will latch in. You just forward him closed. Click, clicks into place, and your camera's ready to shoot. So to turn it off, you just hold the power button in for a few minutes. And there you go. It's all powered down and ready to go. One thing they do say is when you are checking the video footage, or when you're hooking it up to the computer, have the camera off and it'll just read straight away. Don't leave it on charge. According to the manual, you can damage the battery by leaving it on charge permanently. So charge the unit up and then unplug it from whatever power source you're using to charge it. But yeah, it's so far I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest.
So as far as how I've mounted it, I've just mounted it up here on the roof basket, as you can see. So the camera obviously locks in, just as I've shown in the features video with the other gimbals. So just unscrew it, mount your camera in, and yeah, I found that just having that short connection really reduced the vibration, as I stated in the presentation video. But that's how I've chosen to mount it, and it seems to be working for me. I'm pretty happy with the footage.
Okay folks, so there you go, Adventure King's Action Cam. That's my review on it. Certainly not a GoPro by any standards, but when you don't pay top dollar, you're not going to get that top end kind of quality. The quality you do get for the money that you spend, it's not too bad. So I'm pretty happy with it. I will be buying a couple more, just for different positions on the car, things like that. I'm not affiliated or associated with Adventure Kings or Kings products in any way. You will notice I use a few of them. It's purely price point for me. Until I know whether or not something's going to work out for me, I'm not going to run out and spend top dollar on it. So I use a few of their products and a few of other companies' products as well. Any product that I review on my channel it's going to be 100% straight down the line from me. If I don't think the product's up to scratch, I will be the first to say so. You'll hear it from me that I'm not all that happy with it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's doing the job for me. I will upgrade further down the track as the channel gets going and I start doing more and more with it. But there you have it. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please do click follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit subscribe, that's great. I'm also on Patreon. You can get in touch with me via Instagram. And I've also got a merchandising channel that's up through Teatree. So if you click on the link on the top of the page there, you can go there, and I've started to get some merchandising going. So anything you can do to help me out is always appreciated. Thank you very much to those that are helping me out already. Can't thank you enough. Your support is invaluable, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks very much for tuning in.